Welcome to the AFC East Shakedown. I'm your host, Tommy, and joining me on the round table is Anthony from Jets Life Podcast, representing the Jets, the New Jersey Jets. Curtis from Ace Per Head, representing the Miami Dolphins, baby. And Juan, representing the New England Patriots. What is going on, guys? We are here week one. Finally, football is back.
Paradise is back.
Yes, 2 games have been played already. What up, Sean? 2 games have been played already. Philadelphia and Dallas. That was a good game. Man, I gotta say they did a Dallas. I thought they gave a good fight. But ultimately, the better team won.
They should have dropped 3 passes, man.
They dropped passes. CD Lamb dropped passes. Like they had their they had their opportunities. But once again, you got to make those plays against the better teams, or it's just not gonna win. Exactly. So, and then you had the Chiefs and Chargers last night. And that was back and forth, and I thought the Chargers did a really good job down the stretch. Yeah, what'd you guys feel about that game? I know it's not an East game, but what's your thoughts, Anthony? What's your thoughts on the last game?
I mean, year 2 of Jim Harbaugh, and you can tell that they've had a history of losing those close games, and to go out there against Kansas City, a team that is, I think they're the stat up there. They had some sort of 17 games of winning 1-score games. Whereas the Chargers were like almost the complete opposite in that aspect. And to win a close game week 1 of the season, I know it's early, but big to get a division win, especially in Sao Paulo, wasting a home game there. Awesome for the Chargers, awesome for Herbert, awesome for Harbaugh. Things are moving in the right direction for them. It definitely seems like that.
Yeah, what a difference a coach makes, really. I mean, since he got there. So, Juan, any thoughts on last night's game?
I never understood why people were trying to dry off from the Chargers because Rashawn Slater got hurt. I'm like, okay, but they still got Alt, who was freaking amazing yesterday. Mm-hmm. If you watch him play specifically, he had a couple of nice reps against Chris Jones, and Chris Jones was raced for a good amount. It was amazing to watch. So there's your number 5 pick, I think, in 2024. Well, that's a hit. I was really impressed with the Chargers' offensive line most of all out of the entire game. It made Justin Herbert's life so easy. They couldn't run the ball very well, though, because Omarion kind of got beat up a bit in the backfield. But pass block-wise, they were sensational. I don't know if that is good for the Chargers or it's bad for the Chiefs, because the Chiefs defense got destroyed. Like, Herbert was there for about 10 seconds looking.
Oh, yeah.
Going through progressions. And then boom.
McConkey,
boom. Keenan Allen, boom.
Every guy's wide open.
Johnson, he caught the ball.
McConkey was like, there was multiple plays. McConkey was just wide open. Like,
dude, McConkey's he's legit, bro. He's a really good. But you're right, Juan. If you give even a decent quarterback that amount of time, they're gonna look good. But a really good quarterback, they're gonna shred you up, bro. And I don't know if it's so much the defense of the Chiefs, because the Chiefs have typically had a good defense. So it could have just been the Chargers, the offensive line. They brought it, you know what I mean? And will that continue? We'll see, because that's been the deal with the Chargers, man. They kind of they start off good and they tend to. They hit some kind of rock bottom somewhere around the middle of the season.
I don't know what team that reminds me of. I'm trying to think of what team that reminds me of.
Curtis, my dude, what'd you think of the game?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, I love seeing KC lose. I love that Harbaugh said, he thought offensive line was sexy and offensive linemen were weapons. It shows you that, like you said, a good coach, a physical, and even smart, because everyone thought they were going to come out and pound the ball. They came out with the run, but a pass, and then they mixed in some of the runs. But they were physical, man. Herbert was just sitting. I mean, there was a couple of blitz. They would bring in like 6 guys, and they would have some problems there. Herbert freezes up a little bit. He's a little slow to release the ball. But overall, they out-physicaled them. And once Worthy went down, they were screwed. Yeah. Casey has no real depth ability without Worthy.
Dude, that was devastating with him and Kelsey running it.
Kelsey slammed him down.
Bro, he went down like a sack of potatoes, bro. Like, dude,
it was
like a missile in him.
It was
Yeah, bro. And he's a little dude, bro. Like he felt that. That was like a fucking earthquake hit him.
He's still feeling
like
it.
He's still feeling it. Yeah, bro. Let's see some comments coming in. Roy coming in saying the OG Keenan Allen looks like he's still got something in the tank. Yeah, I mean Keenan Allen's a good player, man. He's still a good player.
Two or three
he's
big catches.
Yeah,
touching real short. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Damn, Scott. Well, you know what, Scott? I don't play the intro on this one. I play it only on ours. We have a different intro, so. But anyways, did you guys hear about the ESPN NFL Red Zone commercials?
That there's fucking commercials now. That's crazy. Why does ESPN
Red Zone commercials?
Yeah, but supposedly it's only going to be in the 8 hours. There'll only be 2 minutes of total commercials. Is what Schefter put out there.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Still, it's still crazy.
No, it's still stupid. But
when you got a small problem like a power window motor, or a big problem like an engine or transmission that could cost you thousands of dollars, you're taken care of. Call CarShield.
And that's why that's one of the
Bravo.
Good job, Tommy. I thought the show was over. I'm like, what happened?
Huh? We got a little commercial break there between Anthony's talking. Go ahead, Anthony.
No, it's all good.
I did that last night. I was like hoping people, and my co-host was like, what's happening? It's like, it was me, bro. Calm down. Jeez. Anyways, yeah, listen, here's what they're going to do, in my opinion. ESPN is going to find a way to make money off this, of course, and they're going to have some kind of paid subscription where you can avoid the commercials. If you pay, $20 a year or $50 a year, it'll be something. Trust me, because they're smart, bro. Disney, ESPN, they're a smart company. They know how to, and guess what? People are gonna bitch and go, "Oh, I'm not," and they're gonna pay for it.
They're gonna pay for it,
yeah, 100%.
Aren't you already paying? I'm paying. I don't know how much. I
paying.
can't believe how much money I'm paying already to watch these stupid. It's almost like $200.
Yeah, I don't have that but anyways, so yeah,
we'll get you hooked up, Curtis.
We'll get you hooked up, yeah, Curtis said. Oh God! So let's see here. Scott coming in saying, "Good afternoon, Tommy, Curtis, Juan, and Anthony. All our teams are still undefeated. That is true. Right now, we are undefeated. Undefeated for one more day.
And winless all at the same time.
Yep. So let's dive into the first game. Patriots, Raiders. We'll start with Juan first. Go ahead, Juan. Talk to me about your Patriots versus the Raiders.
This is a tough game. In my opinion, this is a pretty even matchup for the most part. These are two new coaches, but two veteran coaches having different teams. They have Geno Smith at quarterback, who is a bridge quarterback, but a pretty reliable one who can throw the ball when he needs to. The offensive line in the Raiders are very physical. Then they got Ashton Genty back there. And a big weakness of the Patriots last year. We'll see about this year, but last year was run defense. As the Dolphins know from, I think, the first time we played at Foxborough early in the season, they ran the fuck out of the football and killed us up. Same thing with the Jaguars last year. They basically beat the crap out of us back out in Europe just from running the football. They ran like 20 straight times and we couldn't do anything about it. So if our defense somehow is around that weak or even just a little bit better, we're getting fucking destroyed by Pete Carroll, because Pete Carroll trying to run the football, and that's what he cares about. So that's the biggest X factor. We can slow down Ashton Genty and be able to control the line of scrimmage, at least defensively. Then that gives us a really good shot to keep pace. Now, the other side of the ball, luckily, that side of the ball is a lot weaker, thankfully. So as long as our line be able to control the line of scrimmage and give Drake May some time, we should be able to dice up that secondary pretty well. But there's a lot of question marks with that because we don't know how Stephon Diggs looks in actual game time. We don't know how the receiving corps going to gel in this actual game time. And Josh McDaniels is first time coaching, 2 or 3 years now. And it's the first time Josh McDaniels, Drake May actually has real game time action together. And we're going to see the actual playbook that they have been studying all summer and all spring long. So there's a lot of question marks in this area. But what I do like is that since they really only have one elite defensive lineman, it'll help us out a lot. Unfortunately, that defensive lineman is like top 3 in Max Crosby. But if we're able to somehow neutralize him a little bit, I think our run game will be the key to break this game open for us and hopefully take this game. But this is going to be a close one. I don't see this going past 3-point differential. I like a 24-21, a 23-20, something like that. It's going to be a gritty game. There'll be a little bit of points. But I think that we're not doing predictions yet, right? We're just doing analysis.
No, you could give your score at the end. That's fine.
It's really tough. I think there's too much question marks in my team. I think I'm going to give the Raiders the win, 24-20 or 24-21.
Wow.
But
okay.
It can go either way. I just don't know. It's too many question marks. I just don't know.
I got you. Yeah. So it's close. It's going to be a shootout. Not a shootout, but it's going to be a back and forth kind of maybe almost a defensive battle type of game where it could come down to a last minute field goal. Scott saying
entertaining and watchable though.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you got two really good head coaches battling each other, man. So it's going to be interesting. Scott saying Patriots got this, win by last minute field goal. So he's saying 23-21. Yeah. 23-21.
We'll see. I hope so.
Yeah. Curtis, how do you feel this game's going to go?
Well, to me, it's all about Campbell and that offensive line. The offensive line gels and plays well. I think the Patriots actually win this in a close one. But it's not going to be easy. The Raiders got a good offensive line. Maya's. What's the guy's name again? What's his name? I always forget his name. I keep calling him. No, I keep calling him May or Maya. May June. That's how around May June. He could be a wild card, but he hasn't looked great in the preseason. He's kind of getting toned down to less gunslinger with Daniel's new offense. I mean, you guys got some really good backs, but I like Campbell. To me, Campbell is one of the most interesting evaluations of the season with that short shoulders and short arms. It's the shortest in 30 years. So I'm betting on him. I actually made evals. I think he will. But he's going to see some of that other side of the ball, and they got some play. I mean, even though they got rid of my guy, Wilkins. What's going on with Wilkins? Anybody knows what's going on with Wilkins? I still can't figure that thing out, man. He was kissing some guy on the head or something.
He was doing some interesting, not so fun things apparently in the locker room. They ain't like that very much.
That's so crazy. How does that happen, man? What's with my Dolphins?
Anyway,
he was really, bro. He's a great player.
I don't get it. He's not playing now.
He still has the injury, not injury, but he still has to. Whatever happened, I think, is a foot, and I think he. And I think that he was supposed to have a third or something like that,
Dallas.
A follow-ups.
He could sign to Dallas yesterday.
No way. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Signed? What happened?
Wilkins?
He's in Dallas. He got signed yesterday.
Wow. Okay.
Serious? Oh, man.
But I don't think he's ready to start right away, though. I think he has to.
Their line, I guess, on Thursday, their defensive line, they need help, obviously. So they're just signing anybody just to do something.
Interesting. I mean, it's not. I'll tell you what. I would have took the. I don't think it's a bad gamble. Worst case, you let him go. You know what I mean? If something, but if he works out, exactly. But if he works out, man, you got yourself a hell of a player. You know what I mean? If you can stay healthy, so I don't think it's terrible. We'll go ahead, Curtis.
Damn, Scott.
Anyway, so
you said it, not me.
Yeah, is that what it is? He's gay? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, you said it, not me. I don't know.
I didn't say it. Scott said
it. That's crazy.
Wilkins. Gay. I mean, look, I don't know. I don't hang out with the guy, but I will say
him on the top of the head.
Well, I think there's more. I think supposedly there's more to the story.
He's supposedly grabbing cheeks too and stuff like
that. Yeah, there's supposedly a little bit. A little soft. Yeah, a little bit more than that. And once again, I know players do weird things in the pile, but I didn't know about the college thing when he did it to Samuel, or Curtis Samuel, and
I never would do that.
And if you watch that clip, he really, it wasn't like he was hitting his. He really, he went in there with a handful. Yeah. It's just odd, man. Yeah, like I've heard players get gouge someone's eye or trying to be slick, but to grab someone's nuts and a feel, not even trying to punch him in the nuts. Where okay, maybe that like he's trying to hurt the guy. Right. Sue would step you. Yeah, Sue would step you on your nuts. Then I'll be like, okay, yeah, this guy's a dirty motherfucker.
He was there with Miami for 4 years. I never heard that stuff.
He did it with Allen. He did it to Allen in the regular season. Remember?
Yeah, but I'm saying in the locker room because I know Toronto.
Locker room stuff. Yeah,
Toronto came out and said that he thought there was something wacky going on over. Like they want to get out from the contract because of the foot, and so they started doing this stuff. So
yeah, who knows? Like I said, he could. Maybe he felt more open in LA. I don't know. I have no idea. But
anyway,
something happened. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So look, Morgan Moses struggled all preseason, and then you got Gator Arms Campbell. You don't want Crosby. Crosby can wreck a game and really hit May. So, but I think that. However you slice it, that team's just going to be. I like what Vrabel's doing. I really like the trajectory of the team, but I'm going to kind of go with the Raiders.
You do, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Smith's a little bit more of a veteran. They've got a Bowers who's a nice presence. They got the other guy.
Bowers is good.
Mayer is the other tight end. They don't really have much of a receiver, but they got Janty. They got Mayer and Myers. Too many damn names. Myers, whatever. And then the defense is got that potential. So if the Pats' offensive line plays well, I think they can win. But I'm not sure they're going to. So I'm going to say Seattle 20.
Well, the Raiders.
Raiders. I was thinking.
I know you're thinking Pete Carroll. I know Pete Carroll.
I've been third show.
I get it.
Anyway, 23-17. Unless the Patriots' offensive line decides what I'm saying.
Okay,
it's all about the Patriots' offensive line.
Anthony, what's your thoughts?
And I think that's kind of like where I stand too. I'm kind of with you on Curtis. This is going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to blow up by any means. I think they're both very evenly matched. But I think when you look at these two teams, the biggest question mark, and I mean, obviously being in year 2 is going to be Drake May and how he's going to handle the situation. It's going to be, I know they're going to come in with a run heavy kind of approach, not put pressure on the second year quarterback. But when you look at these two teams so evenly matched, you look at the quarterback position. Geno Smith, he's not a top 10 quarterback by any means, but he's a veteran quarterback. He's been in the league for a long time, has seen a lot of stuff, has had success. He's back with Pete Carroll from their days in Seattle. It just really kind of shapes out like a game that could probably lean to the more veteran quarterback, veteran coach, veteran team overall, with a strong offensive line too. That's proven its track record. I mean, the New England two new offensive tackles, a rookie, and a guy that they just brought in free agency. Offensive lines take time to gel, get comfortable with one another, whereas most of this Raiders offensive line played with each other last year already. A lot of these guys are returning. So I give the edge to the Raiders on this one just based off all those facts. Choo-choo. No choo-choos here right now, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Trust me. We'll get there. But,
go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, I'll give the Raiders this one. I'll go 24-17.
Okay. This is going to be a good game. Like Juan said, I think this is I think this can go either way. I really do. Honestly, it's going to come down to Drake May and how his second year starts off, right? Because I really feel like Drake May is going to be a really good quarterback in this league. But second year, usually you see some type of, some quarterbacks regress a little bit, or they have some, because now the film's out on you. So defenses have a little bit more film on you now. So it's going to be interesting going against a Pete Carroll team who studies very hard, right? He's a great coach, defensive-minded, head coach who's going to attack May. So I'm curious how May responds. And then you got Vrabel, who's a really, really good coach as well. Coaching-wise, I think it's going to be a battle, man. Yeah, because a chess match, absolutely. So it's going to be who can, who can counter, who, right? How they're going to counter each other, and really just second half adjustments. All that stuff's going to take. Yeah, it's going to be a key in this game. Genty, very curious about him. I think he's going to be a really good back in the NFL. But once again, I got to see it, right? We're going to find out real soon. I'm not the hugest Geno Smith fan. I think he's good. He's serviceable.
Yeah.
But I'm not overly sold on him. Some people are like, even in his best days, I still wasn't. Geno Smith's going to take you to the Super Bowl. He's a good quarterback. He's a serviceable quarterback. Yeah, he's a good 2 year. If you're trying to get a rookie, yes, exactly. Like for me, he's a great quarterback to have. If you have plans to get a drafted quarterback, have him sit behind Geno Smith.
A perfect bridge.
Is a perfect bridge. So, but I do feel like this is kind of evenly matched. I feel like the addition of Stephon Diggs, who still has some stuff in his tank, he ain't over. He ain't done. Great route runner, great hands. Matt Collins, say what you want about him, but great special teams player. He can also make plays on offense here and there. That's a good addition. So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting game. Honestly, really interesting. I have the Patriots winning. I think the Patriots.
Right.
Yeah, I think the Patriots at home is key to this being a home game. If they were in LA, I probably would swing LA's way. But because they're at home, I'm going to go with Vrabel being at home. I don't think he'll let the fans down week one. And I'm gonna go with the score of 24-21 Patriots. 24-21. Nice. And I do think it's a field goal.
The Patriots win this game. It's a big win.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep.
Huge.
So that's what I got on that game, but I wouldn't be shocked if the score is flipped, right? Raiders win 24-21.
Exactly.
So you know what I mean? So I'm not like if I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet this game. Right? Or either one. Right? I might bet the points, the spread. I probably would do like a spread, a +7 for the Patriots. Right, because I don't think they lose by more than 3 or 4 points. Same with the Raiders. If I bet right, I would probably do the spread. So on the +7.
I know
so
we're favored.
Yeah, but not by. If you're favored, it can't be
like 2,
3, right? 2 or 3,
yeah.
Exactly. So I would do a little bit higher of a spread on that. If I just had for all you sport guys that bet out there, I would do a +7 either way. Because I don't think either team's going to win by more than 4 points, 5 points. Yeah, so I would do the all points on either way. So I would be shocked if the Raiders blow the Patriots out, of the Patriots, win by 10 or something. I just don't see that happening. But yeah, it'll be. I think that'll be an interesting game. For sure, it'll be a fun game for you to watch, Juan, for no doubt, and Raiders fans. So,
I'll be drunk, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, they got some talent over there too. The Raiders, by the way, they got that tight end. That he's fucking solid, dude.
Yeah, Bowers is really
Bowers. He's a really good tight end. So,
man, we don't have all either. So I don't know how we're gonna stop him. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out. Anthony, let's get to your game. Jets and Steelers, the New Jersey Jets.
You bet the under points in this game. Ain't nobody going 20. Yeah, I tell you that right now. This game's crazy.
No, yeah, it's
go ahead. You know who's going to be there. You better start off by saying who's going to be there on Jumbotron.
Fireman Ed will be
Come on. Fireman Ed will be there, buddy.
He actually had he's confident about this team this year, so.
Oh, is he?
He's one of a few.
Okay.
I don't know where the confidence comes from, but there's a lot of questions coming into this year. But obviously, week one, NFL schedule makers wanted this to be a revenge game. Justin Fields against his former team.
Double revenge game.
Aaron Rodgers versus his former team. And
that's crazy. What a matchup, man. What a fucking NFL. So, by the way, NFL. You're fucking so smart. You are such slick motherfuckers, boy. Go ahead, Anthony.
They put it at 1 o'clock, though. That's a waste of an opportunity. But anyway, so regardless. But this game, I think what it really comes down to, again, it's – so I've been saying all offseason, really, with this Jets team. They're going to be a run-heavy team. It is awful, the loss of Elijah Vera Tucker this week for the season, tearing his tricep for the year. So that's a huge hit, especially if Cam Hayward plays. I know that there's some out there that he may not even suit up for the game. I guess that'll kind of even out the blow a little bit. But if he's on the field and Elijah Vera Tucker is not, that's a huge, huge disadvantage. This Jets offensive line is something that I look at being a strength of this team, but it's one of those things that I think would have taken a little bit of time. It would have been nice to get the full 5 out there for a few games, get them acclimated, and then maybe this is something that goes into the later part of the year and you're like, oh wow, this thing is something really building something special over there. Geez, Scott.
Real quick question for you, Anthony. When Rodgers comes out, how loud are their boos going to be? Just curious. What do you think? Are they going to give it to him? Are they going to give it to Rodgers?
I think they'll boo him.
Dude, I'm so interested. I gotta watch the beginning of that game. I have to because it's gonna be because Jets. Maybe not you, Anthony, but because I know you were somewhat, you're kind of understanding of the whole situation with Rodgers. But
yeah,
I guarantee there's a lot of New Jersey fans, New York, New Jersey. They are a different breed.
I think where it went wrong. I think I still had after the whole thing happened and he got cut, whatever. I think I still kind of appreciated the fact that he gave us a shot, came over here, took a pay cut, et cetera, et cetera. I think I still had a little bit of respect towards that factor. But when he went on the Pat McAfee show and just kind of belittled the team, belittled the coaches, that's what are you doing?
That was because of you.
I know it's him. What the hell are you doing?
Boy, Anthony changes mind real quick. Fucking scumbag.
Well, that's the part. I could be like, all right, Rodgers, you tried the job, you took a pay cut. Appreciate the work. Have a good time. In Pittsburgh. But the fact he has to blow shit up on the Pat McAfee show, come on, man.
Yeah, there's no authentic selling his body. That piece of shit.
No.
Rodgers, bro.
I hate, bro. Me and you on. Curtis loves him. Curtis has paintings of him.
I just don't think he's as bad as you guys make him out to be, man.
He's
you guys are a grudge.
Curtis writes books about him.
You got confused personality.
He goes on retreats with him. I mean, Curtis and him are just.
You guys, Tommy's there at home with a voodoo doll going. Rodgers.
I hate him, dude, with a fucking passion. I respect him as a player. What he's done,
who cares?
But I fucking hate the person.
Ever, but
but don't mean he's a piece of shit, bro. He's a cocky, selfish, arrogant, weird fucking guy.
Definitely quirky.
Yeah, I there's nothing about him that I relate to. I don't like that guy and I get it. If you're a fan, if you're a team and he's on your squad, of course you have to somewhat I guess, but I just think he is a Brett Favre 2.0. He's even worse. Favre's personality wasn't that bad.
He's the left wing version.
He's just. I mean, when he talks, the whole McAfee thing, I hate that. But I don't even enjoy that, and I like McAfee. I enjoy the show, but not when he comes on. It's terrible. He's so he just lounge in his chair. He's so the cockiness oozes off this fucking guy. It's it's terrible. Anyways, Anthony, go ahead.
No, you're good. So yeah, revenge matchup here. Jets offensive line kind of off to a little bit of a issue with on the injury front. Can Cam Hayward show up? Is he going to play or not?
He's not on the injury report. I just checked.
He says it's up in the air whether he plays tomorrow. I just checked.
Yeah. I mean that would be a huge boost for the Jets if he's not there. That's a huge impacting situation right there, especially with AVT's injury. But the Jets are going to still come out there with the same game plan. They're going to run heavy. They're going to move Tippmann over to right is my assumption. They haven't said what they're going to do, trying to keep that competitive advantage. They brought in Myers from Green Bay in the offseason as a backup center. He'll probably slot in as a starting center
Hayward's going to turn him into a beating boy.
I'm not crazy about Myers myself either. Yeah, I'm just saying you got to play some what's it called musical chairs here with the offensive line. I think that's the best.
Sucks. That's tough, man.
That's the most optimal lineup. I mean, the most optimal would have been AVT at right and then Tippmann in the middle, but unfortunately, that's not the cards we're playing with at this point. but they're going to move stuff around. They're still going to be run heavy. Got Braylon Allen back there, Breece Hall back there. It's not going to change our game plan. The receivers are still. We're not bringing in Devontae Adams again this season. So unfortunately, the receivers are who they are. But I think where you really look at this game, it's going to come down to coaching. Tomlin versus Aaron Glenn, his first game. And Aaron Glenn might turn out to be a really, really great coach, but Tomlin has proven track record for a long period of time. This game isn't going to be one that's high scoring. It's going to be low scoring, like Mom was mentioning earlier, probably both teams under 20 points. The one thing that I think might go in the Jets' favor here is that Rodgers didn't really play at all in the preseason. Not that he needs it, but historically, like when you look at Rodgers' track record, even going back to Green Bay, those first couple of weeks after not playing in the preseason, he's kind of gotten off to slow starts there, especially when he goes up against stronger defenses on the other side, which I predict the Jets will have a strong defense this year. They got a lot of returning players on a unit that was elite a couple of years ago. That would probably be the one area where I say maybe the Jets can have a little bit of an advantage there. But when you look at the coaching, it's a guy that's never had a losing season in his entire career versus a guy who's coaching in his first year. I'm going to go with Steelers here, unfortunately. 17-14. When you're that close, it comes down to those late game situations. Glenn will be tested very, very quickly. Hopefully he can make the right decisions and flip that score. But I think you got to give the edge to veteran quarterback, veteran head coach, and unfortunately, week 1 loss for the Jets.
I don't hate it either. Roy coming in, and I'll ask you this before I move on to Juan about it. But will Fields have more rushing or passing yards? What do you think?
I mean,
it's a valid. It's actually good. Go ahead.
I know it's tongue in cheek, but I think when you look at Justin Fields' stat line for the game, you'll probably be like around 150, 170 passing yards and around
70, 60, 70 rushing yards. Yeah.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
But
I'm with you. Juan, how do you feel about this game, man?
I think this game comes down to who's going to be the one to break one. Because I think both defenses is going to be just like a tug of war between the two. It's just punt, maybe turn over here, punt, turn over here. So who's the one that's either going to break the run or who's going to buff the coverage and Garrett Wilson's like this and downfield, or if special teams are return something? I think who's going to be the one to break the big play to win that game is my opinion.
Special's going to be good this game. Special's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Down the front set 5, maybe get defensive score like that. That's really one of those things that could really flip this game around because I don't think either offense is going to do much this game.
Absolutely agree. Or the one who gets the other 40, 45, or 35 enough to get the field goals. Like it's going to be. I'm planning on seeing no touchdowns like that this game. To be honest. I want to pick the Jets so bad. My gut is telling me you guys so bad.
So do I. Trust me.
But when I see that bastard TJ Watt on that side, especially in a game like this, who if you keep it close enough, he himself is going to be able to score that touchdown for the Steelers and go away with a win and get like a 20-14 win because like I have to go with Pittsburgh and I'm going to ride with the best player in the whole field. And
especially lining up against a rookie in Membu. Welcome to the NFL.
You literally, I don't think you could have a worse like first matchup between him and like Garrett. Like if you got to play one of those two, it's like good luck, dude.
Yeah, both beast. And what are you going with? What's the score? 2014.
No, I'm gonna go.
Oh, okay.
I kind of really like Anthony's score a lot. Actually, I'm gonna go with his score, 17-14 as well.
Wow. Okay, Curtis, what you got?
Oh man, if Hayward plays, it's not going to be pretty, man. Look, you got Highsmith, you got Watt, you got Hayward, and they got Derek Harmon sitting in the background. They've got Ramsey, who's not what he used to be. They got Slay. They got Elliott, Elliott's a guy who, he's not a great coverage guy, but he's coming in and he's hitting you hard. Fields struggles. He still struggles to hit like the routine play. They're going to have to run the football. I love the offensive line with Veretucker. I think Membo is a good pick. Simpson has played way over his head as far as what you thought he would do. And Fashanu is good. But Taylor's not really much of a run blocker. And then Myers is going to, if Hayward's in it, he's going to take him and he's going to destroy him. He's going to force you outside. They're going to have struggle passing the football. You look at Pittsburgh, they got Metcalf. They got Smith, The tight end, big guy who can kind of catch, and they got Freemuth. And the offensive line, Samalo, Frazier, McCormick's not that good. Fatanu and Jones not bad.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be they're going to win handily if Hayward plays. I think it's close if he doesn't. But you're talking about two of the best edge guys, the best DT 0-1, and then two really good cornerbacks against a quarterback who can't really even throw the football. And, they need to run that football because that defense, they'll wear down. They're a little thin at the D tackle spot. The edges are a little bit smaller. They're coming off injuries, not so hot. Oh, I'm thinking like 27-17 Pittsburgh.
Ooh. God, you know what? I'm almost with you on this, Curtis. I here's the deal, man. One, I think coaching matters a lot. And Tomlin just has way more of an edge right now, experience and just everything, right? Over a rookie head coach, right? Who's really, honestly, the Jets are in rebuild mode, and they have no idea what Fields is going to do. It's really a test right now at quarterback with Fields there. Let's see what he can do, but I kind of know, and I think a lot of people know what Fields can do at this point of his career, right? He's a running quarterback. Yeah, very little. He's a, if you want to base your offense with him, you better be a run heavy offensive, almost like a college type of offense where you do a lot of RPOs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You make it real simplified for him. Kind of like how the Bears did the one year where he had a lot of rushing yards. You kind of dummy it down, and maybe you hope your defense kind of carries you the rest of the way. And I see that's how the Jets will be this season and at a whole. I think the defense will be a lot better with Aaron Glenn. I think, compared to last season, they have the playmakers. I think Sauce is one of the best out there. But this game, man, I think the Steelers defense is going to create turnovers. I think they're going to get, the offense really good field position. And that's going to be the problem in this game for the Jets. Field position, turnovers. I think the Steelers, I don't like the Steelers offense, but they still have more playmakers right now than the Jets. So I don't think this game's kind of close. I think it's, I'll say 30-13. Yeah,
30-13, man. You took it higher than me.
Yeah, because listen, I don't think the Steelers offense is going to be this dynamic thing, but I do think the Steelers create enough pressure and turnovers where they'll have really good field position, where they'll get those points a lot easier. And there could even be a defensive touchdown, right? So that's where I'm kind of going with the 30-13. I just don't think the Jets have enough against that defense and Justin Fields and everything else I just said to provide enough points. I think 13, maybe 14 is where I see it. I just don't see the Jets winning this game.
Hey, Grandpa, I should have gone more your route. Vera Tucker lost. The loss of Vera Tucker is brutal.
It's the defense. We're going. And I think the Jets defense will actually play well in this game
until they get worn down. If they got to sit on the field,
they'll get worn down. Exactly, they'll get worn down because I feel like there's going to be a lot of 3 and outs. And also, like
Anthony,
I said, field
I
position.
feel like I'm kicking a puppy
Poor
over
Anthony.
here.
It's just a tough matchup for you to start week one.
It is tough week one. As like I said, if Vera Tucker was playing, I'd feel a little more confident in this game. I actually probably would have predicted Jets to win this game. Vera Tucker's playing because I feel like that offensive line would match well. Still an elite defensive line on the other side, but I feel like they would match up a little bit better with the Steelers and be able to kind of play their game, be able to run the football. Right behind Vera Tucker was like, that's been their bread and butter when he's on the field. Now that you lose him, who's your primary going to run behind? Who's your primary pull guard that you're going to follow? Is Tippmann going to be able to kind of replicate what Vera Tucker did? Probably not, but can he be close to it? Even that's a tough reach.
And it feels like
I'll tell you what, though.
Man. The Jets, man. I mean, he's had 2 torn triceps, injured year one. It's a shame.
And it's the other tricep this time. It's not even the same one.
Yeah.
Other arm.
If you guys win, though,
he's the duo of offensive lines.
If you guys win, though, I will say that's a great outlook.
It'll be one of the
really
really
good
coach wins that
you
in a long
exactly
time.
like you'll feel like you have a lot of promise like moving
Yeah.
forward. Like
And
you'll have a
what?
little bit more confidence in the team.
That's my
that's
coach
probably where I'll
game.
get to
Like I got my coach.
well.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'll touch on as well. I really hope it's not the score that Tommy's talking about or Curtis is talking about. I know it's possible, but so many times, like when the Jets have brought in a new head coach, it's been okay. You get beat down. This first year, it's an acclimation year. Oh, there's been a couple of bright spots. Robert Saleh beat friggin' the Bills in that in that year
without Aaron Rodgers.
There's always like that game you look at. Oh wow, like if this team could play like this against a top tier opponent, maybe there's something brewing, and this coach might have something. But then year 2 comes around, year 3 comes around, and there's a lot of the same stuff happening. If Aaron Glenn his first game in a situation against a team and a coach that should beat them, and comes in there and wins or makes those good calls, makes those good decisions during the game that make you feel like he's got something working in his way. That's really what I want to see. I just don't want to get punching bagged by a team.
I hear you.
I like the Steelers from defense perspective, but I don't look at them as a top-notch team this year. They'll probably make the playoffs.
No, I don't either.
I mean,
I don't either.
It's possible, but I don't want to get punching bagged by a team that's not a top tier opponent. Like if we were playing the Bills, week 500, I'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. I'll tell you how you make this. At least for me, how you make this game. If you want to stay in this game, for me, if I'm going in that game as the coach, I would honestly just make it a run heavy, ugly game, and try to win time of possession. And keep the offense of the Steelers off the field as much as possible and make it an ugly game. And I would really just focus on, honestly, I would not even have Fields have that many pass attempts. Almost like the Patriots when they had fucking in the one game versus the Bills where they just kind of beat us. Yeah, they just beat us physically, right? Like sometimes, and look, I know the Steelers have a good defense, but Fields is, like I said, he's not a great quarterback or anything, and obviously he's kind of one-dimensional, but he's really good at that one dimension. Like, if you have a good game plan, well, you can do some RPOs, you can get the run game going, you have 2 good running backs, right? If you guys could get that and just kind of make these long drives where you're just killing the clock.
Hayward is going to do.
I get that. I'm just saying, like if I had, I know that. But you never know. I'm just saying, you never know. You also got to take the factor that Fields also is a running quarterback. So you got to factor in, and that does make a difference. So I'm just saying, if there's any chance, if I'm game planning versus them, it's not have Fields going through the air. It's let's try to make these long, ugly drives.
50 throws, man.
And make it,
50
throws. The weather will dictate that too, because it's supposed to be rainy tomorrow too. So I think they'll probably lean on.
And I'll tell you what, if Aaron Rodgers, he's still a wild card. He could get hurt. Who knows? I'm just throwing that out there too. He could get hurt. It is in Jet Stadium, right?
I like Will McDonald in this game a little bit.
Just throwing that out there.
Oh my God,
dude! I'm throwing that out there. Would it shock you? I mean, would it really surprise you?
I think a player to watch this game is Will McDonald. His speed off the edge this summer has been pretty outstanding. He's shown it last season, getting 10 sacks. But that's speed against Aaron Rodgers, who, let's be real, isn't his old self. Is kind of slow in the pocket. That could be a major play in this game too, especially with the Steelers' offensive line. They're not a strong unit either. That's probably an area where the Jets can take a little bit of advantage too, and maybe even on that side, steal a turnover.
Yeah,
there.
I think that's it. I think that's that. Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers
coming out party for him a little bit.
That's the biggest flaw I saw in him Aaron Rodgers, like where his age actually is showing.
He was coming off a torn Achilles, though.
I know. Well, Curtis, but but it doesn't matter. Age makes a difference, right? Like, watch a professional. Watch a boxer, right? I'm just throwing this out there. Or you MMA, whatever. Guys could be ripped, shredded, going in there, and they give you 3 rounds and they're fucking done. They're exhausted. They're tired. Age show. I don't care how shape you are, how great you look. Like, age matters. You know this, Curtis. So, including with injuries, right? You get more injury prone as you, right? It happens. So with Rodgers, what I noticed with Rodgers last year, he was a little bit because normally those kind of quarterbacks are very good in pocket, right? They know how to move. They know how to get out of harm's way. They see the game. The game's it's slowed down for them. But I feel like for Rodgers, like what I saw last year was he couldn't move around in the pocket as good. So when pressure came in, he kind of and not only that
pressure,
too,
dude. That was another.
it doesn't matter. But young Rodgers gets out of that pressure. Young Rodgers knows how to escape. Young Rodgers knows how to step up.
Had an offense.
No, come on, Kurt. Stop with the excuses. He also his progressions were late. His reads were late. I'm telling Rodgers, this is Curtis. This is all an age. Aging quarterbacks eventually everything kind of slows. Like things start to It's just the age factor.
From his side too.
You'll see this year with Curtis. I promise you'll see this year. Same thing you saw last year with Aaron.
There's his last year in Tampa.
Exactly.
He didn't look as bad, but it was the same thing.
Right.
He held the ball. He didn't want to take the hit anymore.
Exactly. Like I don't think Aaron Rodgers is. Yeah. Like I don't think he's bad, but he's also lost more than a step. He's aging. He's older. He's 41, 42, whatever he is. Like, this is it. Like, this is his last rodeo, right? Like, and if he gets hurt again, which is very possible, that's it. That's a wrap, Jack. There's no. I would not sign him if he wanted to come back for the. I don't give a fuck, right? So
Anthony's hoping for that, man. He wants a new injury.
We'll see when it comes to him, but yeah. So Jessica coming in saying, just imagine a year ago the Jets were going to win the Super Bowl, the Dolphins were going to make the playoffs, and right behind them the Bills would be the third.
That Dolphins going to the playoffs never came for me.
Yeah, Bills, KC, Ravens, everyone's got the best shot.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Yep, it's crazy. Trust me, Roy says age matters.
I know. I'm going to be 54. I know.
Us old heads know. Curtis, let's go. Let's talk about the Dolphins and the Colts. Go ahead. Your exciting game.
Put your 5D chess glasses on. Get ready for 72D chess. Super Bowl, man. We're going all the way.
Yeah. So talk to me. Go ahead. Tell me about your game.
Look, I mean, the reality is this team has real strengths. I think in some ways they're better than last year. The front seven is exceptional. You got Chubb, Chops back after a year and a half off. Phillips is back. You got
Phillips
Judon.
Is back for how long? Let's see here.
I don't know. But you got Judon. You got Sealer. They drafted Grant. You got Brooks. You got Dodson.
I like
you got
Grant.
Willie Gay. It's probably the best front seven that we've had. And then you got Minka over the top. It's a legitimate group there. They've got excellent cover linebackers, a heavy front that can get after you. Weaver knows how to use it. Problem is the corners got a little bit of an issue. We got Storm Duck over there.
Storm Duck.
Hey, Jack Jones, who's hit and miss. We got a
Jack
rookie
Jones.
Marshall. So it's like an imbalanced defense. If we get after you and we can hit you, we're going to win. But if not, I'm concerned. But then on offense, we got a load of talent. We've got Malik Washington. This guy's he's kind of reminds me of Shakir a little bit. He's got that kind of a nature to him. A little bit tougher, maybe not as shifty, but tougher. And then we got Waddle and Hill. We got H.N., but he's a little dinged up. So the skill set's there as far as the receiving group, but we got no tight end. We've got Darren Waller, who retired, and he was supposed to be in, and now he's out. We've got Julian Hill, who's hit and miss. They're betting on him. And then we've got Tanakana, who he's been on the team for 3 years, has never played. So it's a big hole at tight end department. Offensive line can be better. Patrick Pohl's looking very good. Kind of reminds me of your guy Brown a little bit. Big, powerful.
Spencer, yeah.
Yeah, but we spent, 2 draft picks on Savai Anaya at the left guard. His technique is really off, but he's got a load of physical talent. I like Brewer as a stabilizing force. But then we got Daniel Jones, who suddenly picked up an ankle sprain coming off the Achilles on the opposite foot the last day of practice. So he might not be in, might be in. And then there's Jackson. And so it's just an imbalance. I think Tua could do well. I like Ollie Gordon skills, but I'm still concerned about this offensive line. We're going to be on turf. Colts, they got a strong front, which I think they can get after us because of our offensive line. I like our ability. They got a very good offensive line tight end group, matches up well with our defensive front. So it's going to be basically, can we get after Crazy Eye Jones and make him screw up? And if not, there's going to be a problem. They got 3-6-3 guys. They got what's the tight end's name? Something with a W. Warren, who's 6'6".
Tyler Warren,
So we've got to get after these guys. And if we don't, it could be trouble. And on the other side, if Daniels is not in, I'm very, very concerned. That front, Latu and Buckner and Stewart could be a problem. But they don't got any linebackers, and they only got 2 cornerbacks. So it's really going to be about the trenches on both sides. I don't know if Daniels is going to be in. I think if Daniels is in, we win. It's still going to be a tough game. If he's out, I'm very concerned. We should win either way. It's opening week. I'm going to go with a little hopium. I think we win 24-17. If he's out, though, anything could happen, and I'll tone it down to maybe 20-21 or something like that, because we need to slow that front down. So I'm a little concerned about this team because they're just so imbalanced. They're very thin. They've already got injuries. But if they stay healthy, we could do good this season. But if we lose this game, it's going to be a major blow to our season, like major. We have to win it. So
what's your score prediction again? I'm sorry.
24-17 if Daniels is in. If he's out, it could go either way, but I'll stay hopium and go 21-20.
You're going 21-20? Damn,
Yeah.
close. Really
if Daniels is out. If not, 24-17.
So they got the Colts favored by 1 in Vegas right now. So yeah, you're close to almost what they got it, but the opposite way. Juan, how do you feel this game goes?
I feel like if this game is that low scoring, I think the Colts win this game. I think you guys kind of have to win in the shootout, in my opinion. They have a running game. They have Jonathan, what's his face? It's Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan, thank you. Yeah, they have Jonathan Taylor back there in a pretty decent offensive line. So if he gets it going and Daniel Jones isn't asked to do a lot, he can at the very least not mess up enough for that running back to take over that game. Yeah. So I think if you guys win, y'all win like 30-20. I think you have to like score, which I think you are. So I don't trust the Colts defense.
Well, the whole weird
they had troubles last year too.
They got Amaruo, who loves to blitz and play man. I don't know how they're going to do that.
They got some new additions though. They got X back on the team. We'll see what X brings. Right, he's been out right for a couple years, I think now. Curious what he brings, but yeah, I'm with you, Juan. I don't trust the defense. But go ahead, Juan.
Yeah, so that's what. So like that case, I like the Dolphins to win how you guys normally win. Your Tyreek and Jalen go absolutely crazy. Bruckner, you guys will get the ball out fast enough so the forwards won't be able to take over the game. But if y'all let him take over the game, that is a massive issue. So, like, if your score is right, I like that for Indianapolis. But I think you guys win and how you guys normally. I gotta look overtime. You're gonna Tyreek gets $120, Jalen gets 80 and a touchdown, and you guys just throw the ball over the field. I think that's what's gonna happen in this game. Indy has to prove it to me because there's been too much dysfunction. Yeah. But I know.
I hope you're right.
Supernaturally, I know there's like a new owner, my owner died syndrome that happens, but I don't know if that's going to happen for Indy or Chicago because both their owners died in the last year.
I didn't know that.
I don't know which team is going to be the one to step it up, but I'm picking it, Miami to win this game. I like 30-20 in this game.
All right, Anthony, what you got, man?
All right, Curtis, sorry, I'll be the bad guy here.
It's all right, bro. It's all right.
You had my team as a blowout, so I gotta return the favor a little bit here. But I don't know. There's just something strange about this game. I was going through trying to pick games for the weekend, and this game was I was so clicked to just be like, Miami's gonna win, and maybe they do. But there's just something about this game that just kind of screams at me. India. I was talking to Tommy about this a little bit too. India's made a history of winning weird games with weird quarterbacks playing.
True. That's true.
They've done this kind of weird shit over the last few years.
I think 2 years ago when they had Minshew, or 3 years, they beat up on Baltimore because that game lost me money. I stopped gambling after that. That was my last.
I remember that.
They beat up on Baltimore, and I think that's the year that Baltimore lost to Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. I'm like, John Gardner fucking Minshew. So you're absolutely right. They do find a way.
That's my concern here, and just with the uncertainty like around, the top of the Dolphins chain with, Greer, with McDaniels, like all that uncertainty kind of like trickles down here. And listen, I mean, it'll accelerate decision making, probably a loss in this game. And it is in a dome. It's not like they're going to deal with the cold weather type of thing. So a lot of those things work in the Dolphins' favor. But I don't know. Something has me leaning Colts in this game. And I'm going to go to 23-20. The Colts, I don't know. They're just a very weird team. And they do weird shit like this all the time. A game that could easily be like 30-13 Dolphins. Like the one that, like, when you first look at this game, that's like your judgment. But something just like has me like circling this game is like, watch out for this game as like the upset for the week. But I know that you said, I guess they're favored, the Colts.
I think you're on mute.
The Colts are favored by 1. So really, it's almost a even. 1 is crazy. Yeah. Golly, man, this game, I'm with you, Anthony. This game is weird. It's like a weird game. That's all I can say about I feel like on paper, the Dolphins should whoop them boys up. They really should. They got way better talent on both sides of the ball, in my opinion.
No, not on offense.
No, offensively, you have way better. Hill, Waddle, better than what the Colts have on receiver.
Warren, they got Pierce.
You guys have the better. You have the better. No, you have the better. I'm saying talent wise, you have the better quarterback. Hill's the best receiver out there, in my opinion, still. Right, Waddle's damn good, right? So I'm just saying, I'm going talent for talent. I do think that you guys have more talented players overall than they do. So if you're on paper, I do feel like the Dolphins should really win this game 30-10, right?
No.
Yes, because I don't trust Daniel Jones. However,
I don't trust him either. That's true.
With that being said, Curtis, I also feel like the Colts and Jonathan Taylor, who's one of the best running backs, could make this an ugly game at Indy. Daniel Jones is also a mobile quarterback. He can move out the pocket as well. We've seen that. Right. So I do feel like this could also be an ugly game if Colts want to turn it that way and make this a grind out kind of game. So interesting. I'm so on the fence with this game because I'm with Juan. One
Come on my side.
One side of me says, one part of me says, man, the Dolphins probably will win this like easily. But the other side of me says, man, but the Colts could at home make this an ugly game, a running game, and just kind of chew that clock out and win in ugly fashion, right? I'm going to go Colts on this one. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go Colts on this one, and I'm going to go 23-21 Colts.
If 23-21. I'm telling you, the Colts are going to win the game.
Yeah. I think it's going to come down. Yeah, it's going to come down to probably a last possession.
All I need is Xavier Howard catching an interception.
Right, interception. Can you imagine that?
Right. But I have like a thing, though. I do think at some point in the season, the Dolphins are going to implode. I just don't think it's going to be September.
Oh, dude, I do too.
Winning.
If we lose week 1, man. Oh.
Yeah, and you want that, honestly. If you're a Dolphins fan, Juan, I want that. I want these fucking guys out of my team.
Yeah.
Greer and McDaniel. Like, it's time. And how does it happen? You have to have a shit season. You have to implode, right? And no better way to lose to a bad team like the Colts. It's a great start.
Oh man, that would be so brutal.
Right. So, but
not yet.
Yeah, but I can see the Dolphins blowing them out at the same time. It's weird. Like I said, I don't think
it's going to be a blowout at all. Anyway, I just think that you keep it close, and then the fourth quarter. Maybe they break something, and Tyreek Hill is waiting for the ball, and that's why the 30. That's what I think is going to happen, something like that.
But what I noticed with the Dolphins, though, when they get hot, it's tough to kind of slow them down.
That fire.
You know what I mean? When they you saw when they the 1 year when they were just scoring like 7 points like against the Broncos or whatever that was. When they get going, it's tough to slow it down, and especially when you're just making mistakes and they're just countering all the mistakes you make and scoring quickly, right? And that's the key, right? If the Colts, like I said, if they can make an ugly game, keep the Dolphins offense off the field, right? And just kind of make the slow, methodical drives. It's possible it could be an ugly game, right? It really could. And the Colts, I would favor the Colts then, right? Because of that running, attack that they have there. But we'll see. We'll see. Will the Colts make mistakes? Daniel Jones makes a ton of them.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
So, right? So we'll see what happens when it comes to the Colts. But, yeah, go ahead, Anthony.
The Colts did bring in Lou Anarumo to be a defensive coordinator. I know he had a terrible year last year, but he's had a history of being a good defensive guy to try and limit what we're saying could be a Dolphins' favor. But he did have a bad year last year, so maybe that does work in the Dolphins' favor a little bit.
But what is his thing is he loves to blitz, crowd the line, and play man and get press on guys. I just don't see how they can do that with Waddle and Hill. I mean, it would have come down to Xavier Howard being almost as good as he was, 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's a big question. I don't think so. He's been out of the NFL for 2 years.
But the thing is,
right?
if the Dolphins lose Daniels, they can get some of that pressure. They've got a guy, Keon Smith. That's like a rotating door right there. So, but if Daniels is in, I think we win. But if not,
By the way, Dustin. I'm not saying they don't have skill players.
You were knocking them. You were calling.
No. I'm just saying overall, if you look at this, if the players like player for player, the Dolphins on defense alone have way more skill, in my opinion. They have a lot. They have a lot of talented players on that team. But
I think
with the Dolphins, no, I'm not saying they're not, but I'm saying if you match them up quarterback for quarterback, wide receiver. Like I just feel like the Dolphins have way more talent than the Colts. I'm not knocking the Colts. I'm just saying like it's
you were knocking
true.
them, man.
I predicted them to win. How not did I go?
Like you give the edge running back to the Colts probably with Jonathan Taylor over Achane, and then you give the edge to the Colts on Warren over.
But Achane's
Waller.
You do, but Achane's damn good. It's not like it's way ahead.
I would
give Taylor, but Achane's a good player.
I would say the Colts offensive line's way better than the Dolphins.
Yes, I agree with that. The offensive line's still trash.
Tight ends are way better than the Dolphins.
Your DT's way better.
Yes, there is. Yeah, I'm with you.
But they've got some very good receivers, dude. They got they've got Pierce,
I think their receiving core
Downs,
they have a nice balanced receiving core.
But guess what, Curtis? They got good receivers, but guess what? You got to have the quarterback to throw to those receivers.
And you got,
right?
But you also
and you saw last year, they have a really good receiver who didn't do shit because the quarterback couldn't give him the fucking ball. So at the end of the day,
the offensive line was wet in the
well, that too, but the quarterback, you got to still have the quarterback. Or you got to still have the guy to throw the ball. So I'm just saying, like, look, end of the day, the Dolphins, here's my problem with you Dolphins, man. You guys you have talented players, but it just doesn't go together. It's for some reason it hasn't worked
because the offensive line is so inconsistent. It sets the table for the whole. Look
I agree. I agree.
Anthony's team last year, good defense folded because they were on the field all day. The offensive line sets time of possession, lowers the bar for the skills,
absolutely,
and then that allows the defense to rest.
Absolutely,
they've had terrible offensive lines. Terrible.
Yeah. No, I'm totally with you. Got a super chat coming in. I'll hit
nice.
the train horn for.
Nice.
Yes, sir. I hit that train horn. I always got to provide that train horn for people. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tommy's going choo-choo.
Thank you so much. Sophia says, question.
Bro,
can we change the tush push to quarterback wedge? It describes the play well and is short for quarterback wedgie. What do you think about that? Quarterback wedge. Listen, I hope they never take that play out. You shouldn't take any play out. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's ridiculous that anyone were to stop it then. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. It's a football play.
The only thing I will say about the play is make sure the players are lining up correctly. Like there was a couple of images of like the Eagles running that play where the center's lined up on top of the ball.
Yeah.
Where the linemen.
I agree with that. Yeah. So that's up to the refs. Yeah. They got it. I'm with you on that.
Maybe you can stop, but with the way they run it, you're not stopping it even if they line up right.
Dude, I saw a play, guys. I don't know if you saw the play. I thought it was so fucking great, dude. Creativity. It was last week. It was Michigan versus New Mexico. and it was your typical 4th and 1 quarterback sneak, right? Tush push. And instead of the tush push, they all lined up like they were going to do it. They ran it like it, but the fucking centers direct snapped it to the running back, who waited for a guy to cut out and threw it in the end zone wide open, because everyone was expecting and everybody, yeah, dude, the whole defense just caved. The whole offense caved in, but one guy. Okay, right? And I'm like, dude, like, I love that shit because you can't do it all the time, but man, if you get that tush push down and you're expecting it and you fucking throw something different out there, oh, dude, you'll catch him every time. And I feel like that's where like we fucked up last year. Like, you kept running the same fucking Josh Allen to the left. If all we had to do was
you did. You don't feel it.
You gotta run, yeah. Because if they're selling out, a team's selling out, right? That's what you call it, selling out for one play, and you throw something different, you're gonna catch them every time, every fucking. And I don't get why OOCs are so scared to sometimes to go, hey, why don't we try a little creativity here? And they're selling out. Like, come on, like. So yeah, I thought that was I loved the play call. New Mexico, they still lost, but they got the touchdown, right? So. Let's see here. Roy coming in. Tommy's own show. He talks shit about all teams.
Roy killing you, bro. Roy killing you, dog.
He tried to be nicey now. I love stuff in the fire. Hey, man, I'm a nice guy. Leave me alone. So let's get to the last game, Sunday Night Football. Bills Ravens.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. The big game of the week. Anthony, I'll start with you, man. Bills versus Ravens.
So
remember what he said about you, Anthony. Remember all those things he said about you.
Hey, come on, man.
I keep receipts. So a lot of stuff is working in the Bills' favor. They're home. But I think as much as people like to point at as the Bills as a team of like destiny, a little, like that's a big play that's going on this offseason, is that this is the year the Bills are going to overcome it. This is the year.
Yeah.
The Ravens are just as much in that conversation as well. Don't forget the other quarterback that got drafted in that same draft, Lamar Jackson, who's been right up there, MVPs. Probably there's an argument to be said that maybe he should have won it over Josh Allen last year too. He had an outstanding year last year as well. He's just crumbled in the playoffs, in most of these seasons in different ways. Not only him. A couple of years ago, I think it was Zay Flowers fumbled the ball at the goal line like twice in that game against the Chiefs.
That was brutal. Yeah,
that was horrible. But they've been a team knocking on the door just as much. I think the Bills probably have gotten the favoritism just because of being the Bills over other teams.
They also beat Baltimore too.
Yeah,
twice.
Correct.
In the playoffs in the last 5 years. So
yeah,
correct.
That is true as well.
And Lamar has also. I mean, if you're going to compare the two, which is cool, Josh has had historical numbers in the playoffs where Lamar has had the opposite almost, where he's had some really bad games. But go ahead.
But I'm just saying, Ravens are a team that's loaded up here. They brought in Derrick Henry a couple of years ago. Their running game is, second to none when you consider the quarterback and what Derrick Henry can do, and even Justice Hill to some extent as a secondary option. They beat up on the Bills last year on a Sunday football game too, or Monday football, whatever it was. I think the Ravens are just a super powerhouse team. And when you talk about what we were talking about earlier, talking about the Jets, it really does come down to coaching as well. And coming here with John Harbaugh versus Sean McDermott, I'm going to lean on Harbaugh to make the better decisions in these games. Both these teams are powerhouses. Neither team is going to run away with it. Either team can run away with it. I don't think it's going to be that way. I think it's a good first opening game of the season, but I got to give the edge here a little bit to the Ravens. That running game is going to be powerful, just like they were last year. They'll keep Josh Allen off the field as much as possible with that abilities, and I'll give the Ravens the edge here. But again, it's going to be close. I'll go 27-21 Ravens.
Okay. Baltimore. Okay. That's fair. Juan, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not doing no football analysis. I'm going to go straight off from this. Remember what Anthony, when he said receipts? I'm going with the team who is notoriously an unstoppable regular season team. The team that the last time they played a football game, They embarrassed themselves and shit themselves in that exact stadium. So they're going to come back and swear it's a quote-unquote revenge game when it's really not, because there's nothing really in stake yet. And I'm going to go with the team who doesn't really need to win all that many games right now because the division isn't shit in Buffalo. So I'm going with
whoa,
win this game.
You're making Curtis very upset. Curtis is very upset.
Mind you, he's upset. You know my team is also in this division, right? So
but you do suck.
We got fight. We got fight.
No. I accept it. You haven't accepted it yet. You see.
Oh, Kurt.
That's my job. It's totally irrational.
No, I'm going with Baltimore. I'm going to go like, 34-20, 30-26. It's going to be a fun, cool, close, nice game. But Baltimore will pull it out, and then they'll think that they have this little revenge, and then they'll do their same old regular season horse shit, win 13 games, and then choke like normal. So that's all I got to say.
All right, Curtis,
enjoy the game, guys. Enjoy the game.
What you got, Curtis?
I mean, I love you guys that Ricard is out. He just really screws you guys up because you like to play small. You did bump yourself up and got a little bit bigger. Likely's out. Ricard's out.
Likely's
out. But you guys, your cornerback group is, and you got Bishop, who hasn't been good. Rapp's not that good. You got Ingram over there because Rasul Douglas is out. Benford's got a groin issue. He's struggling with that. And Taron Johnson's good, but they've got enough pieces, man. They've got Hopkins, Flowers, Bateman. That's enough when Jackson's going to be running around all day. The offensive line's pretty good. And then they got Andrews. I think that it's going to be something similar where you guys are meeting in the postseason. I think that's where it really counts. I think you actually lose this game because that defense is in such flux on your side. I felt bad that Dwayne Carter got knocked out for the season. I mean, you've got all these injuries hitting that secondary. I don't know how you're going to do it. If you guys pull it together this year with that defense, offense, I think is going to be totally fine. Even with Coleman, is Coleman playing or no?
Yeah, Coleman's fine.
Because he had a groin. There was a groin.
He's fine.
Small. Yeah, the offense is going to be totally fine. But even the Baltimore defense got better. They got Starks, who's a good player. Their defense is not knocked up. They got Wiggins, Humphrey, and Alexander. I mean, they got too many guys to really be concerned about the defense. Really, your offense can match theirs, but your defense is a big question mark. I'm very curious to see how you guys handle it, because last year they muscled you around, and Lamar wet the bed. That was a big piece of the puzzle to you guys winning the postseason. So I think you guys lose. I don't think that's like, it's the end of the Bills. I think you guys are going to take a little time to get yourself right when some of these bodies get back in. I think you'll see them in the postseason, but I do think you lose. I'm thinking like 27-21. I think your replacement kicker misses a couple of kicks. It should have been close. So maybe it should have been like a much closer game, but there'll be a kick missed or something like that. So I'm thinking 27-21.
What happened to Bass?
Or maybe 24-30.
Pelvic injury, which stupid Bills should have been all over getting a kicker way, way before the week before the season. I've been calling that for 2 months now. That's a pelvic injury for a kicker is nothing that's nothing to play with. That's a prolonged. That's one of those things that could last most of the season, really. Yeah. And so
Tommy knows he's had lots of pelvic injuries.
No, I've watched players throughout the NFL that have had that, especially kickers. It don't work. It usually ends bad. So with him, and not only that, Bass has been shaky anyway. So adding this to it
against me, you beat me with the 75-yard
he did.
Field goal.
I had no faith in it, but he made it. But he actually played better in the second half of the season last year. I'll give him that. He did better, but still, now Prater, I'll say this, 41-year-old, a little older. He hasn't been the same, obviously, age once again. Once again. But he's a veteran kicker. He's been there, done that. If it's shorter field goals,
you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. I think he'll be. It's not late in the year, like January or weather in Buffalo, where I gotta be concerned about his kicks. Like, it'll be a nice night in Buffalo. So that Prater thing's that's not really too much a concern for me. But you're right in the defense. The defense is it's really been a problem, and it's a question mark for me going into the season because yes, we did add Nielsen, who is a defense assistant coach. He's highly praised, a guy that's been jumping around from teams and beginning defensive coordinator. He's gone up wherever he's gone, right? He's improved the defense wherever he's gone. So we're hoping that he can improve the defensive line. And we got younger. So Carter being out, by the way, Curtis, is not that big of a deal. He's actually an older rookie that we got when we drafted him. He's kind of
just before the season starts.
He's under. Like it does, but he was a rotational guy, underperformed anyways. I'm not super concerned about him. My concern with this team, and it's still been my main concern, is the safeties and the DBs. I like Christian Benford; he'll be just fine. But our CB2, right, was supposed to be Trey because Harrison got hurt. Now, of course, Trey got hurt, which I said to everybody, guys, he's probably going to get hurt.
How long is he out?
It's right. I think he'll be back probably. What they're going to probably do with Trey, because I think it's like a week to week, but I think it's more precaution with him because of the injuries he's had in the past, his age.
He can still run.
Yeah, I think he can still. Yeah, I think they could. If this was like an important game, I think he'd be out there. But I think they're looking at it like, okay, let's give this guy some time to really be 100 because of his, pre-existing injuries, right? We have younger guys in Ingram and Dorian Strong right now. It's week 1, right? It's not the end of the world to throw a guy out there to get re-injured, right? Let's say he's not 100%. It's not like so, and he's not CB1 either, right? He's CB2. So for me, I'd rather have a guy that's not 100% that had, pre-existing injuries. Keep him out, right? Wait until he's 100 and then throw him back out there. So, but outside of that, safety room, DBs, a little bit of a concern. I think our defensive line edge, that's going to be interesting. The addition of Bosa, will Bosa be the Bosa of old? I don't know. When healthy, he probably can be. He's really, really good, but
big question mark.
We'll see. A big question mark. I have no idea, right? I have no idea what we're going to get out of Bosa. Gregory Rousseau is a really good player. He's going to create pressure. He just doesn't get home often, but he will create pressure. You got the defensive line and Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, who's getting older up there too as well, kind of a shell of himself. So that kind of worries me a little bit, but you got TJ Sanders, you got Walker, our rookies. Those guys have shown pretty good in preseason. And Cole Bishop actually looked decent in his last preseason game. So we'll see when it comes to defense, but I'll tell you how we win this game. The defense needs us to get early stops. If they could do that, and the offense can be what the Bills' offense was last year, which I expect them to be better. Because... Yeah, so everybody eats. I call it everybody eats 2.0 now, right? So it's the same philosophy with better players, right? You got Palmer, really good route runner, good hands. You got Elijah Moore, which is the over top, the gadget guy, the speed guy. And you got Khalil Shakir, and you got Keon Coleman, who should be better year 2. So I feel like this offense could be even better, right? Under the Brady, everybody eats offense. So if the Bills can get some early stops like they did in the playoffs, get an early lead going into halftime, they'll pull this one out because I think the Ravens will get their points. They'll adjust. They'll wear down this defense in the second half. Derrick Henry, that's what they do. But if you get that early lead, that cushion, I think the Bills win. And I do have the Bills winning. I'll go 30. I had it 34-21. Yeah, but I'm gonna go 34-27. I think it's a high scoring game. I think the offense, say what you want about Baltimore's defense. I know it's good, but I also believe the Bills' offense is really good too. With the additions we got with Josh Allen, we're going to put points up, and the Baltimore's going to put points up as well. I just think Baltimore's points are going to come more in the second half, where they're going to get that game a little bit closer. And like I said, if Baltimore comes out strong though, and the Bills' defense just can't stop Henry, can't stop Lamar, and we got a back-and-back battle going on, it's going to be really close, really, really close to the end. So the defense has to hold early, and I think the offense, I think the Bills will win. because the offense is good, right? And James Cook, too. I didn't mention him. He's a factor, too, right? James Cook just got paid, had a great season last year. And we have a three-headed monster there. Ty Johnson, really good out the backfield and catching. Ray Davis is a good complimentary RB2. And we got good blockers, too. We got bigger blockers as far as receivers. And Spencer Brown. We got our whole offensive line that are better run blockers now. Or Osiris Torrance, Deion Dawkins. Even our center is not terrible in McGovern. Our weakest link is Edwards, and he's even average, right? Which is fine. Our offensive line is, I consider, a top 5, top 10. We're up there as one of the top tier offensive lines. So protect Josh, run the ball. Get this everybody eats 2.0. My thing with Brady is this, and my only knock with him last year, and we were a good offense. You got to start using your weapons on offense. You got to know your strengths of your players. Start getting more creative with guys you have, right? If he's a speed guy, use him more as a gadget guy as well. Get some pop passes, get some jet sweeps, throw some different looks on offense rather than kind of just playing the same style offense you do with everyone's kind of running the same routes. So that's all I want to see. I want to see a little bit more creativity because now you have a lot of guys that can do something different. They bring something different to the table, right? They all got different abilities. So we'll see. We'll see with that. But you're right, Curtis. I'm with you. The defense is very concerning. It's been a concern
it could get
here.
Better as the season goes.
Absolutely. Well, it could get better in general. That's the thing. I have no we have no idea yet, and none of us do what our teams are going to look like week 1. We'll find out. I'll tell you what, it's a big test. And matter of fact, for us, we got a big test 3 weeks against quarterbacks that are mobile, right? Not Tua, but Tua gets rid of the ball quick. You got Lamar, who's tough to get. You got Justin Fields, who's mobile. So, guys, I wouldn't expect a lot of sacks, right? I'm just saying, to get Lamar is tough. It's very tough. Oh, yeah. To get Justin Fields is kind of tough. And Tua gets rid of the ball so quick, The one thing I would say, too, that defenses don't do that much, which I wish they would in our defense, get your hands up. Start batting passes down. They just don't do it.
In the game yesterday.
Did they? Because, dude, start doing it more. I love it.
Yeah, Mahomes had 5 or 6 balls padded yesterday by defensive line, I think. But I forget the dude who there's a dude yesterday who punched, I think, Kelsey in the face.
Smacked him.
And then did not get in trouble for it, by the way.
No.
but he batted 3 passes.
Yeah.
Open hand. Smack this shit out of him. But anyway, he batted 3 balls yesterday. So I kind of interesting that you brought that up. But
who did that the great one of the greatest players that did that the best? JJ Watt. JJ Watt was so good. Yes. Bro, he was so good at that. So good. He would intercept the ball doing that. He was so good. And bro, you got these linemen now that are 6'6", 6'7". Bro, that's their height. Imagine their wingspan. Get your fucking hands up. Yeah, dude, I would be. If I'm the line coach, I'm saying, bro, just put your fucking hands up. Get your hands up. You don't need to jump. Just put your fucking hands up, and you're going to probably deflect the ball. And a lot of quarterbacks aren't that tall. There's some are 6'1", 6 foot, 6. Yeah. So there's not many 6'7", 6'5". There's not that many. So, but yeah, that's my prediction. And anybody got a rant of the week? Anybody got any kind of rant that they want to do? Or
week 1, nothing to rant about yet.
Nothing
to rant. Nothing.
You kind of already did it with Rodgers. You and I, Tommy, you kind of already did it.
Break out your voodoo doll Rodgers and go on a rant.
I did forget X factor. So for each team, so offense and defense. So Anthony, who's your X factor on your game? Offense and defense, just one player, one X factor.
So defense, I talked about earlier. I like Will McDonald in this game against the Steelers offensive line. That guy's fast off the edge, and if he gets around them, Aaron Rodgers is not going to be able to move around. This is a guy who single-handedly won games for the Jets last year, had 3 sacks at the game I went to against Tennessee. Watch out for him on defense, and watch out for him throughout this year. I think he's due for another step in the right direction. And on offense, man, That's tough. But I'll say if I had to pick someone on offense that if the Jets were to win this game, this would be the guy. I'd say Breece Hall has to be one of the guys that gets the ball in his hands either through a screen pass or a running play, which is going to be hard to run against the Steelers' defensive line. But he's the guy I'd say if the Jets have a big game, Breece Hall had a big game too. So that's what I'll say. So Will McDonald on defense, Breece Hall on offense.
All right, Juan, what about you? X factor on offense and defense for the game.
I think it's easy on offense is Drake. We'll see what you've learned this summer and this spring. You at least for the very least play a clean game. I think you're easily putting up minimum 20 points against this team. Of course, that's linked to the line, obviously, but we're just assuming the line plays in the average level. I think Drake can put up 20 as long as he don't mess up. On defense, I think it'll be Robert Spillane. I think he needs to be the one to finish a lot of tackles, finish a lot of plays, because I don't think that the Raiders are going to try to go down the field very much. I think they're really going to keep it between the 20-yard, 15-yard mark between them and from there on line of scrimmage. So I think Spillane has to be the quarterback of defense, be able to stop every little run that happens, every little short pass that happens against Jacoby Myers, against Brock Bowers. Robert Spillane, I think, is going to be the key on defense, especially without Gonzalez there.
All right, Curtis, who you got for your team? One offense, one defense.
Yeah, Minka Fitzpatrick. He's going to play the little chess piece being moved around. Obviously, the front's going to be there, but you need some interceptions. You need to keep those receivers in their place. So it's Minka on defense. And obviously, Tyreek Hill. He's Mr. Expensive, top player. He's got to come. I mean, he had a bad year last year, quit on the team, and so on and so on. So he's got to have a big impact game, even if it's just drawing everybody there to open up for a Waddle. So those are the two guys for me.
Hopefully he gets an Uber ride to the game this time.
Yeah.
All right. That
was a real interesting way to kick off the season, huh?
Yeah. Dude, I couldn't believe. I'm like, oh, Mike, what is the fuck? This is unbelievable.
Oh, man.
I didn't think it was real at first. I didn't think it was real at first. Like, this is not really happening, is it?
Relive the fond memories here with Tommy.
Dude almost got arrested. I mean, that is wild, bro.
I mean, just seen every Dolphin fans like he was not done wrong. Like, yeah, I hate that guy. I should have arrested him.
I mean, unbelievable. I would say Josh, but we have a rule. Me and my co-host, we don't pick Josh. God. He's always an X factor. Well, he's always an X factor. So we don't keep. You know, I don't. Well, we just don't. We just don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't keep. So defense, I'll go. What did I say? I said it in the game. I'll go Joey Bosa on this one. Very curious. What he does, and I would say he could be an X factor in this game, and to at least getting pressure on Lamar. So I'm gonna go Bosa, even though I don't think it's a good signing. I got to be honest with you, I really don't. The chances of him staying healthy for a full season is very slim. The only way this will be a good signing, and I said it a million times, is you really limit his snap count. You hope for the fucking best. And then you get into the playoffs and you put that snap count high as fuck, and you get your $12 million back, right? Like hopefully that's the only way this works out in my opinion. But we'll see what they do with him. But he'll be the X factor in this game for defense. Offense, I'm gonna go Keon Coleman. I think Keon Coleman has a lot to prove, and he's looked good in camp from everything I've heard. And this is his second year with Josh, and him in the chemistry, I'm sure, starting to get there. And I think he could play a factor in this game. I think people are going to sleep on him. So I'm going to go Keon Coleman on offense as well. So that's my X factors for the game. And we're going to play Real Men of Genius, and we're getting out of here. So here we go. Real Men of Genius, last bit of the show.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Cell Phone Holster Wearer.
Mr. Cell Phone Holster Wearer.
A six-shooter? No. A two-handed broadsword? No. Your hip is permanently strapped with 3 inches of cold cellular steel, and you're not afraid to use it.
As long as I'm not roaming.
Through optimal cellular positioning, you answer calls in under a second. Anything over that, and you might as well be using smoke signals.
Barbecue!
Ignoring the fact that cell phones are now small enough to fit in your pocket, you tell the world, I have a cell phone, and it's not in my pocket.
I'm just Everybody's happy to see you.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, oh hero of the holster, because on our speed dial, you'll always be number one.
Mr. Cell Phone Host
Bud Light beer, Anheuser-Busch.
Curtis, are you guilty of that? Do you have a cell phone holster?
My wife makes me carry it around with me.
Anthony, do you have a cell phone?
At one point in time,
What?
I don't have it anymore.
Back in like
One point in time.
2006.
In high school.
There, you know, there are still people out there with it, though. I see them all.
I've seen it.
Time in grocery stores.
That's crazy.
And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Giant
Like,
phones.
oh, nah.
I'll get to this last chat. Super chat. Yeah, bro, they're the best, man. Hey, Tommy, how about those Chiefs? Oh, man, everybody's ripping on the Chiefs. They all hit that train home for you.
They've been 13 games. Whatever. Who cares?
So, yeah, man, everybody's happy the Chiefs lost, but it means nothing, Jacob. Listen, if they play the Chargers again.
They ain't losing America yet.
Right. The Chiefs, man, look, they're going to be a playoff team, and if they see the Chargers again, I wouldn't bet against the Chiefs. So
No.
just throwing that out there. So it's good, obviously, right? If you're an AFC team, you want the Chiefs to lose because you want to, especially if you're trying to,
Baltimore,
if you're fighting for that one spot, absolutely. So great to see them lose, of course, but. Yeah, but they are a playoff nightmare. So that's what I got to say about the Chiefs. But guys, that's it, man, for the AFC East Shakedown. Obviously, we will be back next Saturday at 12. Guys, any last word before we leave?
A lot of fun.
Nothing.
Guys.
Curtis,
Gentlemen, good luck.
Curtis is excited.
I don't know. Let's go after the game.
Oh, I'll see it on your YouTube channel.
Be all right. I drop a game. It's gonna be like I drop my drawers.
By the way, if you guys haven't subscribed to Anthony's channel, the Jets Life Podcast, go ahead and do that now. And Curtis, Ace per head, you go over there. Yeah, subscribe to that channel as well. And guys, man, we appreciate you guys for watching, and we're out of here. Go Bills. Peace.
Thanks, everybody.
Jets.
Oh, boy.
Ray, but we trust, baby. Let's go.
Jets. I wish I... What, let me see here. What did you say? What? What?
I'm not falling for it.
I'm out of here. See you later.
Bye-bye. See, Peter, he's too fast. You gotta tackle me. It's B. You gotta press B. I'm pressing B. He's too fast. Going over here? Going over here now? Never get tired.